Tonight on the Economic Hammer channel, I will reveal to the world the two types of supply-side economic extraction. You see, my viewers, every country on Earth today is operating under some form of supply-side economic extraction, whether they realize it or not. This is not ideology talk. No, this is something quite measurable, actually. There is one hard indicator that tells us whether a country is under supply-side economic extraction or not, and it is the same indicator every time: the tax code. To not be under supply-side extraction, a country must have a top marginal tax rate on the wealthy above 70%. This is not a preference. It is not a political opinion. It is a structural requirement. After examining tax systems across the entire world, here is the uncomfortable truth. There are currently 0 countries on Earth that meet this requirement. That means every country today is operating under some form of supply-side economic extraction. But, and this is the critical point, not all supply-side systems are the same. There are 2 types, and the difference between them determines whether society escape is possible, or whether a country can remain trapped for generations. So viewers, this next part of our story shows history has been buried under centuries of labels. There are only 2 real rule sets that have ever governed economies and governments. Just 2. They are called supply-side economic government, and the other is called demand-side economic government. That's it. Everything else you have heard of, like monarchies, communism, fascism, neoliberalism, socialism, Marxism, or capitalism, is just name branding layered on top of one of those 2 systems. Different names, same mechanics. This single fact collapses centuries of confusion. So if we have only 2 governing systems, let's now look at how long each system has actually been used. The supply-side economic government has been used for approximately 3,000 years. Every empire, every monarchy, every feudal system, every oligarchy, and every authoritarian state are our examples. There is endless historical proof of this rule set. We have in each one of those named above, extraction of economy royalties, which leads to concentration of wealth and power, which leads to collapse or stagnation. Sometimes the government collapses violently, or sometimes it freezes just before collapse and rots for generations. But the outcome is always the same. Now let's look at the other rule set that has governed economies and governments: demand-side economic government. This government rule set has only been used for 36 years total in all of human history, versus the 3,000 years for the other. Its only fully operational example is the Franklin D. Roosevelt New Deal U.S. between 1944 and 1980. And what did it produce? The largest middle class ever recorded on Earth, with falling wealth inequality, exploding productivity, broad-based prosperity across the board, and political stability. And guess what? No kings and no dictators. 36 years. That's all it took. We don't need year 37 to make the determination, do we? So, Mr. Economic Hammer, why is the tax code the primary signal for supply-side extraction? Now we can be precise, my viewer. The tax code is not just policy. It is the pressure valve of the entire economic system. When the wealthy are taxed below 70%, wealth compounds faster than democracy can react with laws. That excess wealth buys labor laws, buys ownership of media, buys politicians, buys courts, buys exemptions, and buys silence. This is how the supply-side triangle of extraction forms, using the tax code first. History confirms it relentlessly. Early 1920s America lowered tax on wealth and was captured. Post-1981 America, tax dropped below 50%, captured. Every oligarchic system starts with the same structure and same ending eventually. When the tax code falls below 70%, supply-side economic government is in effect. So that brings us to the 2 types of supply-side economic extraction. Type 1 is called democracy-based supply-side extraction. This is the less dangerous form, but it is still very dangerous. If a country has ever used democracy as its base rules, then when supply-side extraction takes over, it becomes democracy-based supply-side extraction. The United States is the clearest modern example. In this system, elections still happen, courts still function, media still has fractures of independence, and labor still has remnants of power. But the tax code has failed. This allows supply-side extraction to grow inside democracy. This version has an ending, though, as it cannot remain stable forever, because democracy creates visibility. Prices start rising, healthcare breaks, housing becomes unaffordable, wages lag, and debt explodes. People feel it. And eventually, democracy reacts. This is why democracy-based supply-side systems do collapse or flip. It already happened once. The 1929 collapse in America led to the 1932 political shift that became the first demand-side era. The triangle of supply reformed in 1930, but democracy pushed back with a 94% tax in 1944 on the wealthiest people. That's right, 94%. They were not playing around with this thing. This type of supply side is painful but reversible if democracy survives long enough to act. Next, we have type 2 of supply side extraction, which is called non-democratic supply side extraction. This is the most dangerous form on Earth. If a country never built democracy as its base rules, then you have what's called non-democratic supply side extraction. The name does not matter whether it be Marxism, communism, monarchies, theocracies, or simple strongman states. Their structure is the same. Extraction to the top. Now here is the thing. This type of supply side rarely collapses outright, folks. Instead, it traps. Why? Because without democracy, you have no corrective feedback, no voting escape, no lawful reversal, and no institutional repair. So instead of collapsing, these systems freeze. They stabilize at extreme economic extraction and stay there. Decades pass. The only exits from this form of supply side is elite fracture, like death of a leader, a resource shock that upsets the supply side extraction process that forces economic collapse, or an information breach like this video gets to the common people. Absent one of those, the system does not correct. This is why these countries don't fail loudly. They fail slowly, silently, and for a very long time. Examples of countries that have had this happen is the USSR from 1917 to 1991, plus current nowadays Russia, China, Iran, Turkmenistan, Eritrea, North Korea, and numerous others right now. They keep their countries on the edge of extreme extraction just before collapse. The core insight here, my viewer, and the real question to always ask about a country is this: did supply-side capture occur inside democracy or outside it? If inside democracy, then you are unstable, painful but reversible. But if outside democracy, you are durable, brutal, and under generational cruelty. That's the fault line of history. In conclusion, every country on Earth today is under supply-side economic extraction. But not every country is doomed. If a nation has democracy and even damaged democracy, there is now a proven way out. But if a nation rejects democracy entirely, there has historically been no escape without catastrophe. At least until now, my viewers. Because once the structure of supply-side extraction is made visible, like right now, and once people understand how the triangle forms, how it maintains control, and how it traps societies like the USSR years ago, total capture becomes harder to sustain. Now, information itself does not collapse these systems overnight, but it raises the cost of control because it creates cracks and it interrupts that inevitability. That doesn't mean every country escapes tomorrow, but it does mean the old strategy of silence, confusion, and misdirection no longer works the way it used to. And once people can see the structure, supply-side power can no longer pretend it is destiny. So that's it. This is the two types of supply-side economic extraction. The game has been changed forever, and once you see this video, you can never unsee it. Thanks for watching today. I hope this was as informational as I hope it is. Please give me a like and a share to help the video circulate. Subscribe today if you want to learn more about this subject. I hope to see you around for the next video drop. This has been an Economic Hammer production, and I will leave you with this. Liberty and freedom are just around the corner, my viewers. Guaranteed.